So now we are starting. Over to you, Megha.
Okay, Shagun. You had a very nice dream of
No, not
bringing
dream, not
culture
dream,
to that.
not dream, not
Okay,
dream.
okay, okay. Imagining her.
I
Imagining her.
in 2030 you're introducing the person. Yeah.
Okay, okay. After in 5 years, she would be a brand owner who is like having organizations all over the different cities in the country, where if a person from other state go there, he would get a overview of the best of the cities, like best thing of the cities or the traditionals of the cities, everything. Like she would be the owner, and everyone would be knowing her from different places. Okay, she is that owner, like this thing, kind of thing. That's it.
Over to you, Suruchi.
Yeah, so I would introduce Surya. So Surya, in the next, let's suppose 5 years, he would be uh, sitting in a studio. He would be a owner of a studio making animations. And one fine day, I would be watching some animation, and there I'm seeing the name that Surya. I mean, someone who has animated is Surya. So yeah, he would be making those animations, and we are all enjoying those. That was very fascinating to hear.
Okay. Shagun having her own brand and being the go-to person for travel, and Surya studio animation studio owner making kick-ass Bahubali kind of VFX in India. Great. Over to you, Jairaj.
The next 5 years, he want to see himself as a great position that in the same field itself, and he's interested in watching videos in the multiple sectors, and he loved diversification. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Jairaj. Over to you, Roshni.
Okay, so I would like to represent Disha. So Disha in next 5 years would be an organizational psychologist, in which she would like to employ her personal passion of art and creativity into introducing creative therapy sessions for stress management and other areas so that her organization flourish well and the work culture is also very nice.
Okay. Thank you, Roshni. Over to you, Paridhi.
Okay, so Shagun mentioned 30-second pitch, so I made a 30-second pitch. When Simran looks at the sky, she doesn't just see an airplane, she sees her legacy. A decade of soaring through the clouds has transformed her into a symbol of grace under pressure, a beacon of warmth for everyone, even at 30,000 feet. The sky was never her limit, it's where she found her purpose. Simran isn't just living her dream, she's redefining what it means to truly fly.
Wait, what is she doing?
She's a flight attendant, like she wanted to be 10 years from now.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, but Paridhi, is this ambition?
I think so.
Can we dream bigger?
Hmm. I mean, the role itself, senior flight attendant or wherever in the hierarchy she wants to see herself, that can always come in.
It's
But
not, it's not about a hierarchy. I mean, you're saying that she is becoming a flight attendant. So is that a big dream?
for her, it is. I think we all individually define what our dream is, where we want to be. I don't think
Absolutely,
anybody.
we all do. We all do. But my question is it a big dream? If all the dreams that we dream are fine, then we shouldn't even have this event, no? We're already having our dreams. We're fine. We're having this event because we're thinking of how we can push the envelope, right?
Hmm. Makes sense.
Okay, you can give it some thought. Over to you, Soumitra.
So I'll describe both in 30 seconds. So down the line, maybe some 3, 5, or 10 years, Ranganath will be the epicenter of growth for a lot of big companies. As he said, he wants to work as a consultant. He said he has a knowledge of everything. So imagine a Ranganath in between and 10, 20, 10, 12 companies around surrounding him and growing. And in those 10, 12 companies, I wouldn't be shocked if one or two companies are of Mohit. And also to add, I also see Mohit as working like Shivaji the boss, like the way he worked. growing the state, growing the country. He has this mindset. So I hope I see them, maybe not in 5 years, but early, or maybe in 10, 12 some years.
Wow, Samitra. KGF level elevation you gave to both of them. Yeah, fantastic. So, Paridhi, if I may, I will take the dream of Simran as a 30-second pitch. So, this is the year 2030. Simran is a thought leader in the aviation space. She loves to travel. So, she has completely changed the definition of what it means to fly. So, she has brought the principles of psychology and user experience to create a lot of little experiences. And, you know, people are now watching movies to understand what the flying experience was earlier, to understand, you know, the contrast. So, not able to bring more detail because I don't understand the space, because whenever I fly, I just read a book and don't do anything else. But yeah, this is how I would dream it, right? It's not just, okay, I've made it and it's a dream, right? You know, think of, okay, in that space, how are you reimagining? What is your contribution in that space? But I've thought of 4 intros, but I will go last after everyone is done. Yeah, now Saumitra's is done. Yeah, Simran, now is your turn, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so meet Shwetashri, an inspiring criminal lawyer. Dressed in a black robe, she walks confidently in the court, ready to fight for justice. Shwetashri puts in countless hours of research and preparation for each case, knowing that every detail matters. Her passion shines through, and she makes strong arguments that help her win cases for her clients. So now, 5 years into her career, Shwetashri is not just a successful lawyer, but also a mentor. She helps students who want to become lawyers, encouraging them to believe in themselves. Your voice can make a difference, she tells them. With her dedication to fairness and her experiences, Shwetashri is truly making a positive impact in the legal world and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Simran. Over to you, Farisa.
Yep. So I'll be introducing Samiksha. So her ambition was to become an astronaut. If not astronaut, then at least scientist. So she would be the one, within 5 or 10 years, the first to uncover the hidden secrets of the universe. Some of the hidden secrets of the universe. She would be venturing around the earth, making some groundbreaking discoveries, understanding the space, and her mission doesn't end here. She would be the one, after she accomplishes this mission, she would be educating the ones who need all the whatever she would have learned during this her research. She would be giving this same education to the needy ones.
Yeah, thank you, Farisa. I'd like to add one introduction before topic comes in. I'd like to introduce Harish in 2030. Saumitra, wait, yours was Ranganath and Mohit. No? Okay, this is for Harish. Yeah. So meet Harish. This is the year 2030. Harish has just started a new pharmaceutical company, and all the pharma tycoons of Hyderabad are queuing up to invest in his company. This is considered like the most exciting startup in the pharmaceutical space for a very long time. Harish has been doing research on, generating enzymes from insects, some rare insects, and this is a very unique process that he has patented over the last 5 years of research. And just within 1 year of starting the company, he has also got both EU GMP and WHO GMP certifications done. He's currently commercialized his product in 15 countries, and he's also entered Brazil, and Pura Hyderabad ecosystem is in a shock. How is a 1-year-old company, doing business in Brazil? So this is because in the last 5 years, Harish was working as the chief of staff and has complete knowledge of all departments of a pharmaceutical company. In fact, when you asked him which department you're working in, he's like, okay, that's a very interesting question. He's done anything and everything, and that is what has given him that authority in the subject, that the biggest of pharma tycoons in Hyderabad, the pharma capital of India, are all queuing up to his factory, where the next big thing in the world is happening right here in Hyderabad. This is my introduction of Harish. Now, over to your topic. You're on mute, topic.
So, so let me introduce Vanita, one of the brightest content creator of Vishwakarma. She used his creating ability and started to write a blog about stories. She is extracting inspiring stories of the people who help out the unfortunate poor persons regarding their medical conditions and help out their children for educational matter. She in this story she is exploring the emotional happiness that the fortunate ones gaining from the experience and to promote and other people to also help in this cause.
Wow. Thank you,
He
topic.
uses creativity, I think.
Thank you, topic. Over to you, Sarveshwar.
Yeah, so I want to introduce you all to Partha Sarthi, who's a visionary data scientist and a mathematician driven by a passion for research, fusing data science and health science. She's on a mission to disrupt the snack industry in India by pioneering the creation of less nutrition and less processed snacks that prioritize well-being and health of a person. With an unwavering commitment to innovation fueled by a strong family support, she is reshaping how people approach wellness through her business. Her deep love for fruits and healthy snacks and dedication to sustainable health conscious living makes her a trailblazer in the field of data and nutrition.
Okay. Now I'd like to chip in with one pitch before Nikhil goes in. So this is for Baba Saumitrananda. So in 2030, so Saumitra has developed his own algorithm. About last 5 years, he's been writing a lot of blogs on how do you mimic human behavior. So, and in every LDI, he has been talking about the same thing. So now he has become an expert of different algorithms of mimicking human behaviors. So if you want to get into any technological platform and scrape and grab the data out of them, so the expert of this, this world of digital spying is Saumitra. There are many companies which are badly wanting to go and mess with him, but he's running away between countries because he's messed up with a lot of tech empires because of his algorithm, and is considered the world number one in this world of digital espionage of understanding what different tech empires are doing through rigorous behavioral data analysis. Right? This is Baba Saumitrananda for you. And Jairaj is like, I'm not surprised at all, given the kind of weird scrapers that Saumitra comes up every day. Yeah. Over to you, Nikhil.
Hello guys, I would like to introduce to you. Once she used to work with us at DT. Now Mehak Gupta, a very capable CFO. Companies are crazy about her, fighting for her to be a part of them. She is currently working in one of the most capable MNCs in the world as a CFO, and companies are going crazy about her. They are like bidding for her. That's how crazy the fight is. And at the same time, there is Omkar, who is currently a CDO, and he views everything as data. He views everything as data and is able to come up with the right questions to answer. And because of that, he has great hype in terms of data science and analytics.
Over to you, Preetham.
Yeah, I'll be introducing Krishna Vamshi. So currently now this is year 2030, and he has left his job and he has started his own watch shop. He has opened a watch shop and he is enjoying working there, and he is making good amount of money, and he is also posting regular contents in Instagram, and he has now 13K about followers, and one of his videos gone viral where he was describing like about his perspective of love, like, and there are many likes, like about 2.3 million views on these videos, and the video has gone viral. So Everyone is talking about that and all. And he is living a good life, like living his job, and he is happy.
Yeah, thank you, Preetham. I'd like to sneak in with an intro of Ranganath. So Hyderabad, which was always the center of pharmaceutical companies, went through a radical change because of something new that is happening in Hyderabad right now. Hyderabad was always known for generic drugs, right? Companies which are just copy pasting things. But now there's a trend of a lot of R&D happening in Hyderabad. A lot of innovative pharmaceutical companies coming up in Hyderabad. The same Ranganath who 7 years back was going from one pharma company to the other pharma company, and they were not, encouraging him. He was not able to get a decent job. He was put down because he's a youngster. That same Ranganath has changed the face of pharmacy in pharmaceutical industry in Hyderabad right now. He's hiring a lot of youngsters and putting youngsters in important roles like commercial development. He's linking R&D to marketing and all of that, and making Hyderabad companies innovate a lot more, make a lot of new products. And the pharmaceutical industry, which was earlier very pessimistic, very less open to ideas, is now changing with a lot of innovators coming in, with a lot of youngsters being in pharma industry. This is what Ranganath is doing as a prime pharma advisor in Hyderabad, advising about 500 pharmaceutical companies in terms of how they can build strong teams and how they can build cultures. Right? Ranganath, hope that was fun. Yeah, over to you, Mehak.
Yeah, so I would like to represent Omkar. So in the next 5 years, Omkar is a visionary road where he wants to see himself in as a CDO or a CTO in a well-established company. For this, he has been working on his skills, and he feels like he has gained 80 to 85% of technical knowledge, but he also wants to gain some financial knowledge which he is working on. And along with being a CTO or a CDO, he also wants to establish his own organization.
Over to you, Balkar.
Hi. Hi everyone. Today I would like to introduce a visionary person who believes technology can solve bigger problem. So I would like to introduce Mr. Raghuveer Isar. He's using AI and simulation to predict and prevent wars and economic crisis, um, which can happen in our future, or like which are currently happening. By using this idea, he is helping governments and new businesses making better decision by before like before problem get grow. So by understanding human behavior and economic pattern, he's doing this thing. The technology can find this thing.
मजा आ गया बलकर.
Thank you.
वाह, मजा आ गया.
Thank
By the way, for those who do not know Raghuveer, he has a background in political science. He has studied political science and is now working as a data champion in Deep Thought. So Balkar has combined both of them and said Raghuveer is doing preventive data science to avoid wars between countries. Fantastic.
He has given a fantastic example of Ukraine war, how Donald Trump stopped the war. So he wants to predict the war before it happens. Like when people assume that a war can happen, so he'll predict it and make a simulation of that and try everyone to stop the war before it happens.
Interesting, Balkar. I'll tell you why this is interesting, because one of my friends went to UPSC interview this year. He cleared the exam and went till final interview. This guy is an economist, my friend. And one of the questions he was asked in the interview is, how will you stop Ukraine-Russia war? No, Israel-Palestine war, how you will stop was the question he was asked. He gave a lot of answers. They were not convinced. They said, tell me practical solution. This is a very interesting thing you came up with. In the UPSC interview, they asked him. Great. So I'd like to go in with one more, which I'd come up with. So because I'm picking Disha purely because I think yesterday when me and Paridhi were talking to her, she was going through a tough phase, but easily this could have been any of the 10 folks in Deep Thought right now. But I'm picking Disha for now. So now Disha is a lead organizational psychologist. So she's picking up a lot of freshers who are straight out of college, and she's coaching them to be organizational psychologists and putting them in different companies of Hyderabad. And all these freshers are converting these organizations from normal companies into happy cultures where all the employees are super happy about the work they're doing, and there's a lot of innovation that is happening. So something very radical has happened inside all the psychology departments of Hyderabad. Students here, unlike the rest of the country, are not showing interest in clinical psychology. Organizational psychology is the most exciting thing in Hyderabad right now. And a lot of parents are encouraging their kids to go into psychology as opposed to medicine. They're saying, beta, psychology kar lena, bahut scope hai. This is because of the career path that Disha is showing for a lot of students. This is fast forward 5 years. 5 years back, she herself was struggling to convince her parents to take a career in organizational psychology as opposed to clinical psychology. But she took this as a challenge and changed things in a way that parents are changing their thought process towards this, and students are also changing their thought process of what they want to be doing. Okay. So I think we've heard a lot of stories. Now I would like to hear from folks, preferably the folks who've not spoken. What's the vibe right now after listening to so many stories, right? Imagining what people could be in 5 years. Maybe true, may not be true. That's okay. But yeah, what's the vibe now? Who wants to go in?
Ambitious. The vibe is ambitious right now.
Okay. Thank you, Veerji. Over to you, Harish.
After Shivaji the boss, the coin toss, lion came. He'll shake his head and the vibe will change. Right. That's the vibe.
Achha, but you were not the Shivaji boss. Mohit apparently is Shivaji the boss.
Yeah, you asked vibe, Tarun, not the person.
Achha.
Everyone.
Achha. So Ranganath is an advisor to 10 companies. In the 2 companies are Mohit's companies.
Exactly.
Baba Saumitrananda story.
And I own all of them.
Huh? Achha, you are also part of the cartel.
Yeah.
Okay. And Saumitra will make a biopic on all these people, is it?
No, not like that. I mean, why?
Topic will play the hero.
Topic will make.
Acha. So instead of Pratik Gandhi, you will cast Topik Mulani.
Maybe. Never know.
Okay. Anyone else? What's the vibe? Harish says Shivaji the boss, coin toss. Raghuveer says ambition. Yeah, Faiza.
It's like until now, we were not that confident about what we wanted to choose, what we wanted to become. But then after this session, it feels like, okay, it is possible. We can have a dream. We can dream big. We can do all sort of things. Like even if it's true or not, but still, it gives us an idea what we want to be in the next 5 years. So it was a nice thing. It gave me confidence.
Yeah, vision never goes waste. Vision makes you channelize your energy, right? It's put to good use, and later if you change it also, that's okay. Whatever you learned along the way comes in handy. Okay. Anybody else? A reflection of what's going on in your mind now? Yeah, Suruchi.
Exactly, the vibe is that Tare Zameen Par, that film is there now, when that little kid, he just draws that painting and he's just happy. Exactly the same face. We are imagining after 5 years we are that and we are leading a happy life. So yeah.
Okay, you're able to hear that background music?
Haan.
Yeah, life is a movie without the background music, so just play your own background music.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, Suruchi. Over to you, Baba Saumitra
I'm imagining it like कि 5 साल के बाद everyone is a very big name in the world, and it's like the ecosystem has become very powerful. So all the stars at one place. I'm imagining it like that.
Okay, awesome, Saumitra. Over to you, Sagnik.
It's basically like doing something that is groundbreaking, challenging the preconceptions of a field, challenging the way the work is being done right now, and finding new ways to do it. So that's what I felt.
Okay. Anyone who wants to celebrate any of these can feel free to celebrate. Raghuveer ji is continuously celebrating solo. Yeah. Over to you, Shravan.
The vibe is that there's a dialogue in Chhatrapati, right? మీ అమ్మ తన కోసం కనలేదురా జనం కోసం కనింది. The same way everyone is struggling for a great cause in the society.
I mean, I'll just translate that for you. So there's a Telugu movie called Chhatrapati. So in that there's a dialogue where one person goes and tells the hero that your mother did not give birth to you for yourself. She gave birth to you for the society. So he says that everybody here is like that, right? That elevation, he can imagine that dialogue for everyone, that people are here for others, not for their own self. That your mother has done a great thing by giving birth to you, that the society is blessed because of you. Awesome, Shravan. Over to you, Shagun.
Yeah, it feels like the dream comes true. It means usually we talk about leaders in the house, leaders in the house. Right now, when we see, means I was in a breakout room, Vinay and Megha was there. They want to be open there, be the founder of organization. Here we have a Ranganath who wants to be growth consultant of 10 organizations. So down a 5 year down the line, there will be 77 leaders which will be going out in the society with some vision, dream altogether. So it's more like seeing the dream come true.
Okay, thank you, Shagun. Over to you, Sohal.
So basically, I thought that rather for going for short-term benefits or go like you have to aim for long-term one. Like for example, it will be easy to get in a like good company and get a good salary for now. But if you go for a long-term benefit and like see for running your organization, that will be something really big and it will be far better than being a slave.
See, doesn't mean that if you're working in a large organization, you're a slave. You could be working for a Google. You could be helping Google solve a very complex problem. But all I'm saying is whether you're working in Google or you're working for your company or working for a small company doesn't define you now. What defines you is the work that you're doing wherever you're doing. Maybe for the work that you're doing, Google is the right platform, so you go work for them. Or maybe Government of India is the right platform and you work for them. Right?
Yes, so basically you don't have to be like defined or known by that company tag. Like you
Correct.
should have your own qualities that you known by that qualities.
Exactly. Like when I told Hari's story, what I was imagining, if he's able to show his capability of running a factory, then he has demonstrated himself to be an expert of running factories, building quality systems, and getting accreditations and being able to market globally, right? Because see, pharmaceutical industry is going to grow in a big way in the next 10, 15 years, right? After the pandemic, health issues are going up, right? Sabke lungs are messed up. Whether you got COVID or you didn't get COVID, your lungs are messed up. So pharmaceutical industry is growing in a big way. But for that, you need people who can set up those factories, run those factories in a very efficient way and scale that production in an efficient way. So if you are one of those experts, I think there's a huge opportunity to impact the world, right? Because the world needs affordable medicines. But affordable medicines can come only when factories are effective, right? But today factories are not that effective. If you think they're effective, go spend some time with Harish. He will tell you what all challenges come. And he works in a very effective factory, by the way, which is a US FDA approved factory with zero observations. So these are opportunities for impact. Yeah, Paridhi.
Yeah, so I think working every day, I sort of, take it for granted that, okay, everyone who's here, they are really good at their job and they want to do it really well. But after the discussion today, it sort of made me realize that it's not a very common thing to have so many people who have ambitions that go beyond themselves, to have so many people that have ambitions that, you know, go beyond just getting a job. And so I think the fact that we have all these ambitions right now, we have so much potential right now, in the long run, it's just going to grow. And the fact that we're all going to be connected to so many people who are going to make impact in a lot of different industries. And that in turn is going to motivate all of us to do better in our industries as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Paridhi. Now, I told you guys that we are coming up with a new narrative, right? Anyone wants to guess what that is now?
DT Valley? I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Huh.
We are coming up with a video called Welcome to the DT Valley, India's answer to Silicon Valley. Is this India's answer to Silicon Valley, people, after whatever you just... When you build something really, by the way, Silicon Valley itself has a story. Do you know that? When, you know how Silicon Valley started? Professors of Stanford don't go work for these MNCs. Start your own company. Dream big, start your own company. And you know what was the first company in Silicon Valley? It's now a museum. Their garage is now a museum. You know which company? Some of you might be using their product to currently connect here. HP, Hewlett Packard. HP first office was in a car garage. And that garage is today a museum because that's the birthplace of Silicon Valley. That garage started the Silicon Valley. What is your reaction if I tell that Silicon Valley started with a garage? It just took one garage to start Silicon Valley. Wait, I want to show you guys one interesting video. When we started Science Session, this was the...
That gives confidence. We have more than a garage.
So you have more than a garage.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys one video and I'd really appreciate if you guys could reflect on this video. The audio is audible? No? Okay. So back then in 2014, when startups were not cool and everybody wanted only the big four jobs, the MNC jobs, the dream company jobs, we would show this video in colleges and tell people, if you want to change the world, come join us. If you want to do something really cool, because back then startups were not this cool. People didn't want to work for startups. So now when I say Silicon Valley, right? Silicon Valley started with this garage. Started with people believing that they could build something really big. And today it's the hub of all the innovation. And today Indians want to go get a dream job there. You get the comedy, they were rebels. Now the rebels have become the dream job for everyone. Today you say Fang, Mang and all of that. Fang, Mang and all of them were rebels who were wanting to change the social order. So again, I ask all of you, do you see the DT Valley here? Do you see India's answer to Silicon Valley here? Anybody wants to answer that? After whatever you heard of all the people, do you see India's answer to Silicon Valley here? Who wants to go in?
Yes, Tarun.
Why?
Because I have seen for 1 hour and listened so many things. If I'm not telling yes, I don't know what to tell.
Okay. Anyone else? Harish only has emotion, but if anyone else has some content also along with the emotion, please go ahead. Yeah. We're doing this activity on purpose. We've even, moved our Socratic dialogue to next week. We're doing this on purpose. Come on, people. Who wants to go in?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley, okay, I'm not talking from the perspective of Silicon Valley. Like, if we were to create something like Silicon Valley in India, how can just one organization or one company or anything just can do it? Like, it requires the cooperation of multiple organizations, multiple people, right? So, like, how is it going to take place? Like, I cannot visualize it.
But we have multiple organizations. We are multiple organizations.
So basically, you're talking about the perspective of ecosystem then, like creating
We
an
are an
entire.
ecosystem. Aren't we an ecosystem?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना सगनिक, हमारा अभी बिग फोर का जॉब पे ही पड़ा है हमारा दिमाग. वी डोंट इवन रियलाइज कि हम क्या बना के बैठे हैं, क्या बना के बैठे, बना रहे नहीं. Yesterday I was talking to Shravani, Escape Velocity. You know what I was telling her? I think all the Escape Velocity folks should go talk to Unique Biotech folks. I'll tell you why we came up with that. Now, Escape Velocity folks, what do they understand really well? D2C brands का धंधा कैसे बढ़ाना है. Escape Velocity guys are becoming experts of how D2C business happens in India because the data they're sitting on. Now, what are Unique Biotech folks experts at? CDMO, contract development and manufacturing. Okay, I'll make a unique concept and I'll produce it and give it to you. What is Escape Velocity saying? Give me a unique concept, I'll sell it wherever you want me to sell it. Why do you think it makes sense for both the teams to meet and talk?
Cooperation, both will learn from each other.
Exactly, because one would be like, अरे मैं जो बना रहा हूँ वो कैसे बिकेगा? How is it sold? Through Escape Velocity team interaction, they'll know how these things are sold. What would Escape Velocity ask? How are all these concepts made? What goes behind the scenes? Now we are multiplying number of organizations in the ecosystem. Now, can you tell me anywhere else in the world where there are this kind of extensive platform where on a daily basis you can go meet people of another organization, collaborate with them, network with them, and know what's going on in that industry, in that organization?
No, I understand that now. Yeah.
Sagnik, the reason we're saying this is this, the value of what we have created, people are not seeing it. If we can see the value of what we are creating and if we can amplify that, right, for our own personal life, I think this ecosystem will produce amazing people. That's why we're starting this brand narratives, right? DT Valley and all of that, so that everybody takes pride in this identity and wears this badge of this identity on LinkedIn and everywhere and says that I'm one of these innovators creating a new India. And Sagnik, the idea is in India, if you want a Silicon Valley, right? It's not one Silicon Valley, multiple Silicon Valleys will come out. But Sagnik, you know what is beautiful about this Silicon Valley or this valley that you're creating? In US Silicon Valley, who's going in? What is the talent? Carnegie Mellon, MIT, Stanford. What is the talent coming from? Where is the talent coming from?
All from India.
From IIT, IIM, IISER?
Not only those, from all kinds of colleges, whether tier 2, tier 3,
Except
doesn't
those
matter.
colleges everywhere. Except those colleges everywhere. Just throw me out and you can say except those colleges everywhere.
No, like IITs, why should we exclude them? They are kind of the best of the best,
No,
right?
we should exclude them. We should exclude them because for them, small companies are small. They have a lesser outlook towards small organizations. They only want to go to BCGs, no?
Yeah. Big Four. Yeah, FANG. No.
But people from so-called lesser colleges are like Fine, I'm considered to be a lesser guy. This company is considered to be a lesser organization. Let's join together and grow together. So you're doing this with people coming from humble backgrounds, and you're doing this with small companies. So is this impact likely to be bigger than the so-called Silicon Valley impact?
Exponentially bigger, because the
Because this
number
is
of
the
people are lot as
because
compared
this
to
is the
Silicon
Indian
Valley.
way of doing it. This is the Indian way of doing it. This is the Mahatma Gandhi way of doing it. This is the C.K. Prahalad way of doing it. What's the Mahatma Gandhi way? Mahatma Gandhi didn't want large industries. He wanted cottage industries.
Cottage industries.
Lot of small industries which will take care of India. C.K. Prahalad, fortune at the bottom of the pyramid. Decentralization. Democratization of commerce. One of the greatest economists in the world that we Indians unfortunately do not know, C.K. Prahalad. Democratization of commerce. The benefits of globalization must reach everyone, not just the rich. Benefits of globalization. Large companies have to compete to get poor as a customer. So these ideas have come from India, right? So this is a very different way of building this impact, right? Sagnik, I mean, a few months back, I left a voice note in Deep Thought group, right? I said a vision. One day, a college student in a small town is doing an internship with a grocery store in that town. And that college student is implementing AI for that grocery store.
Yeah.
Would this be amazing if, 10 million college students are doing internship with 10 million small businesses? The grocery store is giving a 500 rupees per month stipend to that college student in a small town who's in first year of BTech. Your IIT you don't bring because Afla will say 500, slavery and all of that. But imagine a small grocery store who makes a profit of say 10,000 rupees per month is able to pay 500 rupees stipend to a first year BTech student who is just starting to work. Right? Would that be amazing?
It would be
Why?
amazing. Because the thing is, these like, SMBs, they usually do not get that support. And IITs, IIMs, they won't go for that. Like, okay, we are talking for the best of the best. They won't get the best of the best services, but they will get services from people local to them. They will get, not by services, I mean solutions that can help them in upgrading their current work, upgrading the way they're currently working by implementing AI or whatever, right? So it is ultimately uplifting an entire sector, an entire MSME sector in the end. And I guess you said multiple times, right? MSMEs kind of contain, it kind of is a hidden gem. India's majority economy is hidden in MSMEs.
MSMEs are the engines of any economy. If you look at Israel or Singapore, why are they strong economies? Because their MSMEs are strong. If your small and medium businesses are strong, your economy will be strong.
Yeah.
So if those students are anyway doing no internship in first year, if they can do an internship with the grocery store and apply AI there, they grow into future leaders because they're understanding how to run a business, not how to take photocopy from the Xerox machine and give it to your boss in the name of an MNC internship. Not be a chutku intern in a large company, but be the chief technology officer of a grocery store.
It's kind of like changing the definition of internship.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
That you could be somebody who's growing an organization right from your first year. And I would say that currently, if you look at the Winning Culture Lab, whatever modules they're running, right? These modules, once they're productized, I think by 2026, we are ready to go to some small businesses and implement. Shagun, do we have to wait till 2026? Are we ready for that 500 rupees per month internship by April 1st, new financial year? Can we inaugurate it?
Sure.
Client में लेके आऊंगा.
Okay.
Already there's Srikakulam, there's one client. We unfortunately could not follow up and close her. Shravan, no, we were discussing. She brought some 4 students' phone numbers also. If your client is ready. So I'd like to close with some reflections. Come on, people, what are your thoughts now when we present this? What does this represent, and what is our responsibility towards creation of this vision? I was dreaming small until, a week back. Now I started speaking to some digital marketing companies. We are taking this to more companies. And I think our tech modules also, Winning Culture Lab has also started firing. Tickets started going. Rishabh ka warning gaya. To different people, warnings are going out. The ones who are not learning. So the tech systems are falling in place. Now Harish is getting scared. कि next मेरा number आएगा. So what's our responsibility in this vision to grow this concept of young leaders? I'll tell you guys, I'm an alumnus of ICER Pune, right? When I was in ICER, people were ashamed of being in ICER. Many of the batchmates were ashamed of being in ICER. You know why? They were like, I didn't get a seat in IIT. Today, all of them proudly go and say they're ICER alum because ICER has become a brand. But what I understood was when I was a student, I have a responsibility in, doing something towards creating that brand. I did a few activities, and today I'm like, I feel proud that I was a part of something from a very small stage and it has become a brand. That was a part of building something really beautiful. So I'd love to hear some reflections if somebody feels like there's something very important to share. Who wants to go in? And the reason why we talk a lot about alignment and deep thought is people who don't care are the ones who can kill a mission. But people who care are the ones who can nurture that mission and make something grow big. There are some people in deep thought who are here only for a certificate. But there are people here with a vision, right? The ones with a vision, I would encourage if you can speak out so that we all can multiply this impact. So we all can dream big and not dream inferior. Anyone who wants to speak, please, raise your hand and go ahead. Yeah, over to you, Paridhi.
I think if we talk about our responsibilities to the mission, right, I think the most important responsibility is to believe in it, not just on a cognitive level that, okay, this is what we want to do, but to actually believe in it, that, okay, this is what we're doing. I mean, people have self-doubt or cynicism, or it just feels too abstract to a lot of people, right? To believe in something that you can't really, maybe not visualize. So I think that is the first thing to do, to really, really believe in it. And then to think about the execution of it, what role we individually would play as part of the big picture in making it happen.
Absolutely, Paridhi. We have to believe in it because powerful people make places powerful. Yeah, over to you, Harish.
Hi everyone. So from all the content I have gathered and the emotions I have gathered from today's session, I just give it in a one-liner. You all have an inbuilt and innate quality, and I hope because of our inferior complex, it might be shadowed, but our vision might bring it back, if not all. And the moment we become our own brands, and brand ourselves as something different, we can give value to everything around us and grow everything, and that's how I think a value will be created, right? So we have everyone here, everyone are leaders, and we'll create a valley, and that's how I think after 10 years, I think Tarun will be mafia boss of valley creation, and I think I'm giving you this pitch. Mafia boss is a big term in a good way of valley creation, and I hope Sagnik will be the brain behind it. If you know. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. That's my reflection.
Harish, am I allowed to say something on a personal front if that's okay?
Okay, sure.
You have the emotional strength to listen to it?
Sure.
I think everybody needs to know.
Okay.
Not too much, but just at a high level. But I hope you will hold yourself.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Akka.
Go ahead.
Guys, one story that none of you here know, I want to tell you that story. Because I think one of the biggest inspirations in this room, the reason why I picked Harish's name first is that One of the biggest inspirations for all of us here is Harish. You all must have seen movies, right? Where there's a police officer who doesn't care about the society and goes against the system and fights the system. Harish is the son of one such IPS officer who fought against the system and gave her life for the system. And this man did not blame the system for his personal loss, did not become selfish because of what the system took away from him. He decided to stand with a value system and decided to take his mother's legacy forward by doing what is right. With his education with masters in Pondicherry University, he could have got any job that he wanted. But he has come, he's working for a small and medium business, Creative Organics, the chief of staff, and making a revolution happen. Right? A lot of times in life we understand, right? If we take such a big risk, what will happen to my family? I don't know. Take such a big risk. You might have a son like Harish who will only take that legacy forward. I'm sure his mother would be proud of him wherever she is for what he's doing, not just what he's doing, for what he's inspiring in people. Harish, we're all very proud of you. And I'm sure your mom will be even more proud of you. And I know for such a, I watch a lot of movies around police, and to hear about a person in real was super inspiring for me. And I know that a lady like her can only have a son like you. And at any point, Harish, there are 70 other people standing for you. Please keep marching. Be that industrialist with that GMP certification and all of that soon. We're all with you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for inspiring us, Harish, and I hope you continue to inspire us with this victor mindset.
Definitely, sir.
You're that fighter, right? Like your mom?
Sure, otherwise I wouldn't be here, right?
Super, Harish. Over to you, Sagnik.
Yeah, from the perspective of DT Valley, I guess it is not just creating another Silicon Valley. We do not want to create another Silicon Valley. Our inspiration shouldn't be from Silicon Valley. We want to create something new, right? And how is DT Valley new? I guess we all know it. We all discussed on it. And what I feel is, Tarun mentioned it, right? IITs, IIMs, IISERs, or whatever, like those are tier 1 colleges, and we usually consider those people to be the best of the best. And in India, we have this huge worry of people going away to other countries, huge amount of brain drain. People who are big CEOs in American companies are Indians. So why are they not coming in India? We are worried about that. But we already have a solution at hand. We can utilize that. We don't think about it. Why are we avoiding tier 2, tier 3 students? Are they in any way bad just because they didn't qualify for an examination? Is it just that? Can't they work in any other way? So DT Valley can help us in achieving that dream. And at the end, maybe someday those IITians might just return and work here. Who knows?
Employed by the tier 3 people.
Yeah, of course. I talked with one business, even Ranganath was there. He is in pharmacy space. I guess you know na Shanmukha. We talked about that. So he is a person who is class 10, like metric pass or something. And under him, people who are MTech have worked. So why not? It doesn't matter like who is working under you. It doesn't matter by their educational qualification or something. What matters is the proficiency and the amount of impact that they can create and wait for it.
Absolutely. What your Rizwan?
Yeah, my reflections are vision should be big, and we need to channelize our energy by seeing the view in the next 5 years. If it is not happened also, it's not a deal. The experiences which we have been carried and the energy we have been taken will be taken to a better way.
And let's also be grateful to the organization we're in.
Yes.
Right? Small, big, doesn't matter, but there's an organization that is believing in us, right? To give us that big responsibility. Like Rizwan is entrusted by Escape Velocity to identify how to grow from 300 to 1000.
Yes.
Over to you, Shravan.
Yeah, I'm proud that we have given a call for redefining the future of MSMEs through this TT Valley concept. And I think we are not uh, creating another Silicon Valley. We are creating a DT Valley where imagine a student is interning for a grocery store where the business owner is illiterate. There his payment technique will come come over that he will explain how he can do great business with the AI and everything. So I'm happy to be a part of this.
Absolutely, Shravan. Thank you. Over to you, Archana.
Yeah, like I want to talk about the concept like no matter where we are working or no matter which position we are in, like what we are getting into that work. Like what is the changes that we are doing personally or what is the authenticity that we are getting into that work and how is that going to impact others surrounding us? What is the change that we are getting that plays an important role? And another thing is about DT Valley that you spoke about. How we can set a DT Valley is like already we are setting it. Already it is there. There is a mindset where everyone are in the rat race of being in the MNCs or go pursuing higher scores or doing whatever like in that rat race of being top scorers, working there, working under someone and all. But DT has changed that mindset like you alone is a thought leader, you want to think and you have that ability to dream big and you can change that prospect in the surroundings also. So data is already doing it and we are creating it already. So I don't know, it's like we can't compare, it's entirely different, but we are already creating it and it's going to be the most, I think, number one. I think we are going to challenge everyone, I feel, and I'm great to be part of it.
Absolutely. Looking forward to another year of growth at Unique Biotech.
Yes.
Already I see the LinkedIn page. You guys are rocking it. The new kind of content on Unique Biotech LinkedIn page. Yeah. What do you, Nikhil?
My reflection would be that no step in the right direction, as we discussed the baby step, no step in the right direction is too small to not to be taken. At any stage, we can take a small step that could be in the right direction, that could help us achieve what we want to in the longer run a little quicker than what we do right now.
Awesome. Thank you for inspiring us, Nikhil. Over to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so my reflection after today's session. Earlier, Tarun, you mentioned that Unique Biotech and Escape Velocity should sit together and exchange ideas. Right now, after this session, I could imagine that 64 participants are there, 64 CEOs, 64 different visionaries having a chit chat, having a session weekly or monthly, working towards a common goal, working towards Indian economy, how to make India better, and one more goal that I would like to add to this DT Valley would be to take the names out of the unsung heroes. India has given a lot of knowledge which has just got lost because we have not taken the responsibility to take those names forward. So those names should come up definitely, and we should work on it.
Absolutely, Niyati. And one of the things we were doing was we were naming some of our teams after thought leaders. So maybe, yeah, that would be a good idea to name all our teams based on many Indian thought leaders, right? Escape Velocity teams also, right? We have 4 teams in Escape Velocity now, 4 breakout rooms. So all the teams, we can name them in honor of one thought leader. That's a great idea, Niyati. I mean, how do you like that if every team had one thought leader's name? Team CK Prahalad, Team JC Bose, right? Different thought leaders. Yeah. And with enough representation of women as well, so that there are no stereotypes. Yeah. Over to you, Preetham.
Yeah, like my reflection on today's session will be like we should always value that you said that tier 1, tier 2, IISER, like IISER, IIT, these are like big colleges, big names, right? You could have worked with them, but you chose to work with the tier 3 peoples because they're humble and you entrusted them with your vision. So I think we all should value this and take this opportunity and take this as an opportunity that someone has interested us with his vision, with his big vision. So I think this will we are the reason of someone else's confidence. So gives us like a huge dopamine. Like someone is trusting us with his vision. So it's like the risk-taking ability for creating something new. Like it only comes with believing in yourself. Like as Swami Vivekananda said, like take risks in your life. Like if you win, you can lead. If you fail, like if you lose, you can guide. So there's no such thing cause as failure.
Awesome. Thank you, Preetham. Thank you for the words of wisdom of Swami Vivekananda as well. I think we should remind ourselves of this quite often. Over to you, Subhadeep.
Yeah, as we all were talking about the DT Valley, so I would like to conclude an example of the UPI. UPI is a one of a kind invention which India gave to the world. There is no kind of a payment app that can replicate UPI in the current scenario, because a UPI could be used by any low grade people to a high grade people. Everyone uses that. We use it every day. So why to take examples of different companies of other countries? You can take an example of UPI and make DT Valley an exceptional organization which make India handy, not by inheriting others' knowledge, but by developing our new knowledge of replicating the world.
Yeah. Thank you, Subhadeep. And I thank all of you for being a part of something really beautiful. And I hope 2025 will be the year of transformation, right? All the psychologists say 2025 is the year of transformation. I hope we all transform into what Niyati said, right? Those 65 organization builders, 65 leaders who can create a lot of impact, right? Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being wonderful humans. Thank you for being leaders. And looking forward to all of your stories. I hope we have many real stories, not the 2030 fiction stories, but real stories that we can start publishing. We're already publishing some stories like, Harish saving that 2 hours time of the general manager, bringing it down to 20 minutes. Some of these stories are already, going to be going out, right? So I think these stories will inspire students in our Indian colleges, right? That it doesn't matter which college you studied in. It doesn't matter which college you studied in. We'll put the name of the college and name of the person and say, this is the achievement of this person. Does that sound exciting?
Yeah.
And especially some of them will make them speak in Hindi, Telugu, Malayalam, Tamil, whatever language, to show that even which language you speak doesn't matter, you can be an achiever.
Yeah, I will achieve.
So Surya, please get ready with AI. बहुत काम पड़ने वाला है. Lots of stories to cover. Okay. Good night, folks. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you again next week.